What's up, leather crafters? Karlova Design here, working on a Sunday, and all because I really want to share this pattern with you. I made this roll top bag and I really like it for, well, a couple of reasons. Because it's very simple and quick to make, and being such a simple project, it also looks really cool and stylish. And this design is quite versatile because without the handle it can be a clutch, or you can put the handle on and call it a grab bag, or you can attach a strap, a long crossbody strap to it, and call it a crossbody bag. I have this strap template available on my website for free. It's not included with the pattern, but you can always download it from my website. The pattern comes in different formats, which are PDFs for US letter A4 and 24 inches wide format, and also SVG and DXF for the laser. I am using beautiful green leather, which is 2 millimeters or about 5 ounces. It's kind of medium soft. And for the front panel, I'm using nice creamy chrome tanned, and it's actually a very nice combination. Here is some veg that I'm using for D-ring holders and the buckle holder, and also that little keeper. This is the strap that I have cut with strap cutter. It's about 3.5 millimeters. You can use like 6 ounces and up, and it's gonna be fine. As for the choice of leather for the body, it can be pretty much anything. Just don't take anything that is too stiff, or vice versa. Don't take lambskin or such. But you can make it pretty much out of anything. So anything that is 1.2, 1.5 millimeter and up, something on the softer side would work pretty well. And you can also play with some nice color combinations. And here I can give you my opinion on this punch design. It's quite stupid because it's really hard to get the stuff out of it. Here is some tiny life hack on how to cut out these keepers. I'm using strap and punch just to make the corners, and then I just finish it with scissors. I always measure the strap keepers on the actual straps to make sure it will fit the thickness. This pattern is designed for 5 millimeter stitching irons. This is actually a great pattern to use all that chrome tanned leather that you have maybe laying around, because you cannot burnish the edges, right? But on this pattern, the edges are not gonna be visible. So it's a good chance to give that leather some good use. The back panel, however, is better to be made of some veg tan or combination tan. I did not finish all the edges because I was really impatient to see the final result, but I'd really recommend finishing the edges of the back panel to make it look neat. Here I am doing all the edges of the small thingies, which is also very recommended because the devil is in the details. And I'm also going to use my favorite polishing paste to make it all look shiny. I like when it's shiny. I don't know, I'm a really big fan of shiny veg. This is my preferred way of making the strap. I'm using a scratch awl on the strap that I pre-cut with a strap cutter, and I pass all the markings on this piece of strap. Now let's install all the stuff on the back panel. I am going to use Chicago screws because I have them. I like them more than rivets, especially on the new prototypes. Because if I screw something up, and this does happen sometimes, I can just unscrew them, which doesn't work this way with rivets, especially with the copper rivets that I like to use. So I am using a small Chicago screws from Buckle Guy, which are with the shortest post available, and I really like them very much. I'm gonna buy more because they are really handy. This video is not sponsored by Buckle Guy, which is a bummer. You have an advantage here because this pattern is already tested, so you can just use the rivets. You're not gonna screw anything up. Here we go, we have just assembled our back panel, so we are just one seam away from the finished project. Well, we need also to stitch our keeper, and there's also a handle, but these are tiny things. And on the buckle, I'm going to use my copper rivets because I am pretty confident and there is not much I could screw up here, honestly. And although this video is not sponsored by Berry King either, you might have noticed that I have a new mallet, and this is a Berry King 24-ounce tapered mallet, and I am really happy with it. It really makes big difference. All right, we are ready to stitch our bag together. This bag is stitched with only one seam. It's a long seam, but it's just one seam that holds this bag together. I am going to do the overlapping stitch. However, if you're using something that is really too soft, you may consider using the turned method, but I think this is the best way to stitch this design. As you can see, the back panel layer is being on top and the front panel on the bottom. As you can see, it's a nice Saturday night project. It's really not hard at all, so a beginner could make it, I believe. And also it makes a great gift now that Christmas is coming, and if you haven't made the gifts for your friends and family, here's a great option. Now that we reached the buckle holder, we just stitch through all 3 layers. The main part of the project is done. Now we only have to make the handle. This is one of my favorite handle designs, maybe the most favorite one. I first introduced it with the trapezium pattern, and it remains my favorite because, well, it's really neat, it's really quick and easy to make, and it's also detachable. I am going to use 2 Sam Brown studs or button studs. Mine are 7mm, but it depends on you which ones you want to put there. And also keep in mind that the size of the buttonhole depends on the size of your button studs. And here I am gonna attach 2 3/4 inch swivel hooks. And here we are coming to the final and the best part of making anything. When you hook everything that needs to be hooked, attach everything that needs to be attached, buckle the buckles, and here it is. The link to the pattern is in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope you make yourself one or two of these bags, and I will see you in the next one.